town. My time is now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Everybody come on in. Guess what? It is Relationship Wednesday, and it is time for us to get ready for the Own Your Now show. So grab a friend and tell them to get their cup and let's sip it up. Good morning, Lady Yo. How are you?
I am fantastic, Tracy. How are you doing on this Wednesday morning? We don't have a lot of sunshine, but I think it's going to be a good day.
I hope so. I hope so. I know that we're having just a little technology issues because I think it's the weather, but I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I'm not under the weather. You're not under the weather. So we're good. I see Terry is with us and Bernice and Carmen. So everybody start sharing with your friends because it is Relationship Wednesday. We're still celebrating Women's History, and so many people are with us today. When I tell you we have Kristen Harris, Jeri Roen, Candice Denise, April Porter. Oh, we have a party, don't we?
We absolutely do have a party. And you know, am I a little delayed?
Yes, it's okay. Bring it on.
It's okay. You know what, Tracy? First of all, let me ask you, what's in your cup?
Okay, so you know that I'm preparing for vacation. So I'm pre-vacationing. I have tea because I'm all about dreaming and making my dreams a reality. So that's what I'm putting in my cup. I want to know what everybody else has in their cup because I'm excited about it. What's in your cup, Lady O?
I have tea, and you know, we've been having some issues with the internet. So it says, coffee in my cup. Why did I say tea? It says, coffee gets me started and God keeps me going. And on the inside, it says, amen.
Amen. Amen. You know what? I can feel that energy. I want you to play a little bit with your internet and see if you can switch it over. I'm going to pop you out and then bring you back in.
Awesome.
Everybody,
Awesome.
I am so excited about everything that we're doing today. We had a couple of technical difficulties yesterday, but we worked through it and you all stuck with us. So we have so many surprises. Good morning, Carmen. I see you. I want to know what's in your cups. Bernice says she has that Starbucks frappe. All right. Rhonda is drinking water. Is it the STL water? Where are you all coming in from? What kind of water is in your cup, Rhonda? All right. I want to know. Terry says water for me. Gina's with us. Everybody is with us. Well, you know, I am by myself, but Yolanda is coming back. And for sure, we're going to have a good morning. I want to also talk to you all about the fact that it is Women's History Month. So not only do I have myself with me, but I have my little sisters with me. And you know, we call them our sister dolls. Yolanda calls them dolls. So look, you all, we have Mocha. Her name is Mocha Bree. Isn't she cute? I keep showing them off because all I keep thinking about is, didn't you have a doll that you played with when you were growing up? If you're a guy, maybe you had a bear or a favorite toy that you just felt like it was, you loved it, right? So this is Mocha Bree. This is, look, Latte Kamala. You all know who she is, right? You all see her? And this is who? Golden Ruth. Who is she named after? You all know who she's named after, right? And you know what? We have a great lady in the house today, April Porter. You guys are going to love her. We have Candice Denise. You're going to love her. Jeri Roen. You're going to love her. And of course, Kristen Harris. You're going to love her. And then we have our collector's items. And I'm just showing you all these dolls because aren't they cute? They're representing all of us today. I'm going to show you. Look, aren't they cute? I'm so excited. So I'm just showing you these dolls because it's important that we see what representation looks like. And it's important that we understand sisterhood. So we make sure that we look good and we feel good. And that's why I wanted Yolanda to pop back out and pop back in. Let's see. How you feeling now, sister?
I am feeling fantastic. You know, we work it on out. One thing I can say about you, Tracy, is you are persistent. And I can appreciate you, sister.
Look, I want to make sure that we all look good and you are too cute, as Carmen says. Amen to that. Amen to that. So, you know we have some birthday shout outs and I want to make sure that everybody can see you and feel you loud and clear. Tell us about our birthday shout outs for today.
Tracy, we have a lot of birthday shout outs. We have Lucy Ware. She's here in St. Louis. Tony Carter. He's a great golfer. Happy birthday, Tony.
Barbara Washington, she worked with Matthews Dickey's Boys and Girls Club. Happy birthday, Barbara. Michael Walton, Charles Smith, Marty Arnett. Now that's taking me way back to my days in high school. Happy birthday, Marty. We have Marisa Payne. We
Wow.
know her.
I love Marissa. Yes. She's a good friend of mine.
She's a good friend. She's an owner. And she says often, sometimes shift has to happen. That's her little motto. We also
That's right.
Arena Frenchie. She is a wonderful lady that is opening up a new spot. And guess what? She told us we get the exclusive. So I can't wait till her spa opens up. Barbara Marquis. It is her birthday. Happy birthday, Barbara. I've known her. Wow, I'm going back to my high school days again. Hillary Blair, Alice Handelman, and we have Shonda Vault. It is her birthday. Well, we always say, just in case they're watching, happy birthday, Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe. Oh my gosh. Everybody is a Rob Lowe fan that they've had some movie that they watched. If we're telling our age, what we say, 40 and over, maybe 50 and over. I don't know.
Oh, he's still handsome too. And I have one more just in case they're watching. Happy birthday, Jeri Denise. Do you know who he is?
No, I'm not sure. I might.
You're going to know when I tell you what character he played. He played Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump.
Oh, we keep having the Forrest Gump people. I love him. This is the thing. You know how oftentimes when you have friends from high school, and I know Jerry's in the house with you today, but when you say, I remember the face, but not the names, sometimes I just have to see the face because I don't remember the names all the time. But because I never forget a face. But then there's some people who they just don't look like they used to look. I know that.
Correct. But I love in Forrest Gump when Tom Hanks' character, when Forrest Gump sees him, he says, Lieutenant Dan.
Everybody has a line from Forrest Gump. What do you all think? What is your favorite lines from Forrest Gump? Bring those up. You have another favorite?
My favorite line is, run, Forrest, run.
Run. Oh my goodness, I love it. Those are the movies that are priceless. Speaking of movies, y'all, I'm going on just a little small vacation break. I'll still be with you all every morning, but if you all know some good movies that I should watch, let me know, because I think somebody told me I'm going back to watch like stuff over and over again. Do you know movies that made you cry and you don't even know why? Are there movies that just made you cry and you're like, oh my gosh, it just hit your heart?
Every time I watch, and this is an old movie, Imitation of Life. That movie gets me. I mean, it gets me so much that I have to call my dad and watch it with him over the phone.
Wow.
Imitation of Life.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Jenny, I see you. I haven't seen you in forever. There's movies that make me cry for different reasons. You guys know I'm a therapist and I'm all about fair and what's right. There was this movie that I fell in love with, and my kids know, I love Pretty Woman, but this movie is called I Am Sam. And do you remember I Am Sam?
Yes, it has. What is the actor? What is his name?
Oh gosh, he was married to Madonna, I think.
Yes, Sean Penn.
Sean Penn. And there was a part where they were pulling them apart, and it just really crushed my heart. They were in court and they were trying to say that, because of his disability that he couldn't take care of her. And it hurt my heart. And but that's my favorite. That's one of my favorite movies. So I Am Sam. Yes.
I can say that is in my top 10. That is a wonderful, wonderful movie.
Well, Terry Little says her favorite movie is Eat, Pray, and Love. That's a good vacation movie. I love that. That's a good one. Everybody keeps saying their favorite lines. I think life is a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. That's the all-time line from Forrest Gump. I'm telling you, we're all like that. Bernice says Crooklyn. Lady Sings the Blues is a good one too, Erica. It really is. So we all have our favorite movies. We'll have to keep popping those up as we go along. Are you ready for our affirmation word of the day?
Absolutely.
Well, I chose shine. And I chose shine because, in the midst of darkness, so many people are going through. And, we always talk about the rain in different seasons, and it's all over. Rain is coming, right?
Yes.
I mean, rain helps us to grow. But we have to remember that shining is an internal thing. It might be raining outside, but you can continue to shine as long as you continue to take deep breaths. So everybody, either you put shine in the comments, or we're going to talk about taking deep breaths. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Woo! Today is all about deep breaths. Woo! Breathe, breathe, breathe. I need this. I need this.
Well, it's been the longest day. You wish you could hit erase, but you are lucky that way. Nobody's lucky that way. But I want you to stop where you are. I want you to hear your heart, cause that's how you stay.
We got Kristen Harris in the house
today. No need to raise the bar when you're
we got content creator Candice Denise.
Oh, you gotta breathe.
Let's stretch it. Stretch those arms up high.
Breathe, let it go.
And reporters with us. It's Women's History Month. Jeri Roen.
Yeah, I hope that you're listening. There's only one thing
Take your shoulders back.
That's breathe. Breathe. Breathe.
Forward. Radio loves support. Reach out to a friend.
One big test with barely much time to
Do you feel me?
It goes.
Because I feel you. I needed that today. I needed that. I feel like I've just been like running. And I needed to just slow down. You know, when I think about all the things that we go through and we grow through, oftentimes I have to sing that song, This Little Light of Mine, I'm going to let it shine. I'm going to let it shine.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to continue to let this party shine this morning because we got sisters in the house from all over. Are you all ready for our first guest? Everybody say yes. Our first guest is Candice Denise. Candice Denise is an expert authority content coach and creative director with over 10 years experience in event planning in the industry. She's known for creating and curating memorable social experiences for her clients. Being a woman of many talents, she's fueled by her passion to connect with and embrace one's true self. This is the foundation of her creativity. You will see what true wellness and self-love looks like as she advocates and sharing her journey to inspire others through personal reflections and life lessons. Let's bring her up. Our sister friend, Candice Denise. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Candice. Good morning. You know, we're going to get this party started. Tell us, because we got to get into all the things that you do. But before we do that, tell us what you have in your cup.
Oh my goodness. So I am a tea girl all day. So I'm drinking some lemon zinger tea because I love to start my body with lemon and ginger and things like that. That are going to kind of just awaken my organs in the day. So
Absolutely. You know what? Because all the things that you do, you have to be fully awake. Talk to us about what it is that you do and why you love what you do.
yeah, so I am the owner of CD Creative Loft, and I am a creative director as well as a expert authority coach. And so what that means is the creative director side of my business, I work with female entrepreneurs to help produce and stage their brand photo shoots. Because if you are a business owner, it's important to put your best self forward. Tracie talked about that this morning. We need to look our best. And so part of that is your image. And in order for people to take you, seriously, you have to build credibility and visibility. And so photos do that. So I stage and produce their photo shoots for them so that they can shine and show up as their best selves. But then on the content side, the expert authority content coach, I also work with the same female entrepreneurs in helping them figure out how to use their social media to position themselves as industry experts so that, again, they can not only attract their ideal clients by building up their visibility, but they can attract and also convert those clients into paying clients, So that's really the gist of what I do. I love it because I'm a female entrepreneur, and I knew the importance of being able to position myself as an expert. Oftentimes we know that we're experts. We know what, that we have this knowledge, but it's not always easy to be able to put ourselves out there. So I love helping females put themselves out there, because I feel like my mission is to champion on CEOs. And so this is my way to do that.
CEOs. You can tell that she loves words, because you have this knack with CEOs and Yolanda and I talk about this all the time, how important it is for your brand to align with who you are. Yeah. And oftentimes people miss out on the opportunity because they're trying to be someone else.
Yep.
So they need someone like that. Talk to us about during this digital era, because it is a huge shift. Do you see women entrepreneurs reaching out and saying, hey, sister, I need this? What tips can you give them?
Yeah. So the reason I definitely see women reaching out, which is why I created a program for it, because I saw that women were like, I know my stuff, but this digital space is crowded. And how do I set myself apart? How do I show up as a contender with my competitors and find my own kind of lane in this busy highway of social media? And so, the tip that I have for them is just like Tracie said, that your superpower is just that you being you. So the first thing is understanding that you don't have to emulate anyone else, right? I believe in not comparing and staring. So you have to watch traffic and see what's going on in other lanes so that you can get to your destination, but don't compare yourself to what others are doing. Don't compare your chapter 5 to someone else's chapter 25, right? Like, understand that you're building your lane as you go. So that's the first thing I always say is like, let's figure out who you are authentically as a business owner, and let's make that shine. Let's show up with that.
Yes.
And I say this to Tracie a lot. Tell us how important it is for people to have professional photos. When someone says, hey, flyer, hey, I'm going to put your information on a particular thing. And it happens to us often. People will send us photos and they say, well, my photo doesn't look like so-and-so's. And I said, because theirs is a professional photo.
Oh my gosh, it's so important. Like I preach this all the time. I don't believe that you can be in business and say that you're a professional without these professional images. They really do tell your brand story, right? They also give your audience another way to connect with you beyond the veil, so to speak, by showing images and that are not just headshots, right? Because I think people think that it just has to be a headshot, but I'm like, try to get creative, create professional photos that show you and your team together, or you working with your clients, or, the behind the scenes of your business. People need this because what it also does is it helps people to get an idea of what investing in your business is going to be like, because you're painting a story for them. Professional photos are basically like, when you go to the mall and you see those visual merchandise windows and you're walking past them and they paint this, this picture. You weren't even thinking about probably swimsuits, but you walk past this amazing window and you're like, look at that sarong and look at that swimsuit and look at that beach hat. And so now you decide to go in. Yes. That's the same thing that your photos will do for your ideal clients and your target audience. They're coming past your window, your storefront, and they're seeing, and they're interested in coming in and doing business with you.
Well, one of the things that, because I feel like millennials are doing it, like they're on it, they're switching, they're up all night long while we're up here sleeping. And I don't want to miss out when it comes to content, being a content creator. I like that, content creator. You are so on top of it because you get to learn the language of the person that you're working with, and you develop a personal and professional relationship so that you can build that. What does content creation looks like? Because we can't do it all. We just started looking at these blocks and the colors and we realized we needed a content creator. So tell us, what exactly does content creators do? Yeah,
so the term content creator, it literally kind of spans in so many sectors, because you've got content creators that are influencers, right? Like people that are influencers, they are considered content creators because they're creating content for brands, right? They're promoting brands and ads and products. And so they're creating one kind of content. But then you have maybe someone like myself who is, as I call it, a DFY service based. So it's a done for you. So I'm doing this service for my client. I'm helping to create their content by, putting this brand photo shoot together for them. And so for me, part of it is first understanding that not every client is your client. So I only work with certain types of female entrepreneurs because I know that based on my expertise, I can tell those stories better than others. So first thing that you have to really be niched and understand like your lane and what you can do when it comes to creating content. Sometimes people feel like I've got to be able to create on this platform and that platform and this one. Know your lane, know what your strong suits are. And then if you know that you're not great at Twitter or you're not great at Pinterest or LinkedIn, but your lane is Facebook and Instagram, then ride those out. Do those and do them well. And if you feel like I need to be showing up on those other platforms, then outsource. I tell people what you don't know, someone else does.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to say, hey, this is all that I know, but I'm going to hire someone else and, or bring someone else onto this team that can help me create content in these other spaces.
Absolutely.
Well, one of the things that we take pride in here on Own Your Now is that this is like local, national, and global. They can find you. You don't have to be in the same state. Tell everybody where are you coming in from and how they can reach you.
Yeah, so I am coming in from Baltimore, Maryland, and you can always find me. I live on Instagram, so that's first. So you can always find me on @Candice Denise, which is CANDICE Denise. That's on Instagram, but you can also find me as well on my website, which is www.bycandicedenise.com.
Girl, they calling you right now. They ready. They're trying to get to you. Okay.
Like, oh my gosh, this never happens.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, so call me. All right.
I love it. Everybody follow her on Instagram. Connect with your girl, Candice Denise. We just want to say thank you for saying yes to us. Tell us, what is your affirmation word of the day?
Oh my gosh. Thank you for having me, ladies. I really appreciate it, Tracie and Yolanda. My affirmation word for the day, there's so many, but I'm going to go with the word grow, because I feel like there's always space for us to do just that, whether it's in our business, whether it's in our social life, our personal life, with self, there's always space to grow, and you should be ever doing that so that you can become your best and highest self.
All right.
Love it. Love it. Carmen is saying drop the information below how to connect. She definitely will, because you know what? She's a content connector.
I will do
that information out there to you. So thank you so much. We're looking to see you when this world opens up and we're in Baltimore.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it, ladies.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Boy, we're getting some tips. We're getting some tips.
Yes. You know what? I am just always so appreciative to everyone who says yes, because everyone that we have brought on and been blessed to bring on has some different information that just someone needs. Sometimes we need it, and we just love all our owners just staying on and listening to all the content we have to bring.
And it's no excuse. It's no excuse not to get things done. You don't have to be able to do all of it. All you need to do is, she said, stay in your lane, do you, and then get somebody to do all the extra stuff. Look, Carmen says, I'm coming and I need her. I am her niche. She's like, I need her. Collaborations. That's what it's all about. Yes, Kathy. Absolutely. So speaking of needing to be represented, who do we have coming up next?
We have a beautiful young lady. Her name is Kristen Harris. She serves as Miss Spirit of St. Louis. Her platform is Not Your Traditional Pageant Girl. The goal is to inspire girls of all shapes, sizes, and nationalities and socioeconomic classes that they truly can accomplish whatever they put their minds to, and reinforce that by their beautiful beauty, even if they do not fit society's beauty norms. Good morning, beautiful.
Good morning.
Oh my goodness.
Hi, Tracie. Hi, Miss Yolanda. How are you?
We are doing well. It's so good to see her grow up. I was trying to do my content creation very, very early this morning, and I was putting on our Instagram that I Define Me girls become I Define Me women. Kristen was an I Define Me girl, and now she's an I Define Me woman. Mrs. Spirit of St. Louis, talk to us about this and how important it is that representation matters when it comes to pageants.
Before-
Wait, I know. I'm ready to jump in. What's in your cup?
So this is my cup this morning, and actually there are no contents in it. It's just a cup of confidence.
Yes.
So it's metaphor, cup of confidence.
I love it.
And I have my trusty bottle of water next to it.
All right, that looks like some STL water right there.
It is.
You know, I'm excited because I have my dream cup. We have literally watched you make your dreams a reality. Talk to us about the Miss Spirit of St. Louis and what that represents for you.
Yes, so currently I hold the title of Miss Spirit of St. Louis. I am running for Miss Missouri USA 2021. From my lips to God's ears,
Yes.
should I win, I would only be the second African-American woman to ever win, and I would be the first plus-size woman to ever win. So for me, picking my platform was very easy, especially working in higher education and participating in a lot of mentorship with younger girls. Like, they need to see different women of different shades, sizes, shapes, all of that, so they can know that they can do it too.
You
Yes.
are absolutely right. I'm a former pageant girl in college, and even when I was in college, I didn't know, the pageant came to me just in a weird way, because I was asked because they wanted me to go on and do the speaking part, because I wasn't your typical pageant girl. I didn't look like your typical pageant girl. So what made you say, this is what I want to do in the pageant world? I know this is not your first pageant, correct?
It's not. So my first pageant was when I won Alpha Phi Alpha Zeta Alpha chapters 2018 Miss Black and Gold.
Yes.
That was a very exciting time for me. I made a lot of friends from that experience, and even participating in that instilled a different type of confidence in me. So I'm definitely trying to carry that torch on, even now, to our young ladies at Harris. So
That is
What,
now.
you know, the thing of, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Tell her, to ask her to tell us how people can support her.
So there are several ways that people can support me. So pageantry is expensive. So if you wanted to support me specifically as not your traditional pageant girl, as Miss Spirit of St. Louis, you can donate via Cash App or via check, and I will give Miss Tracie all that information. However, in addition to my platform, I've also sponsored I've co-sponsored with the R. Whittington Foundation, the Spirit of St. Louis Scholarship. So we're currently in the process of fundraising money now, and that money will go to a student currently at Harrisville State University, someone who's fully enrolled and who will be fully enrolled next semester. So yes, either way. And you can find me on Facebook or LinkedIn at Kristen Harris, and my website is the Kristen Elizabeth.
All right.
You know what, Kristen? You all hear that feedback? Because I'm hearing a little feedback. One of the things that I think that is really important that you say, and I want us to really stick with this, is how important representation matters. Because I remember watching pageantry, and it was all about the pretty face. And you know, I talk to girls all the time about feeling like they're not thin enough, and you know, that is really something that impacts all of us, all women, even women today.
Yes.
It's not just the girls, it's women. Talk to us about how that platform will impact you as well as girls and women.
For me, it impacts me because it's like, I have to do this. I hosted a Queens Recognized Queens Pageantry workshop this past Monday, and it was truly my pleasure. Well, I co-hosted it with Lexis Kramer, but it was truly my pleasure to work with all the young ladies that came. But even seeing the difference from the beginning of the workshop, it was supposed to be 2 hours, but it went 3 hours long, and everybody was kind of meek and timid at first. We had to stop and do like a whole exercise about like, okay, so what does confidently beautiful mean to you?
Yes.
No, literally say out loud, like get in the habit of saying positive things to yourself. Because, you know, as women, sometimes we're extra hard on ourselves. So just definitely trying to create those positive affirmations for them and do it for them. And actually doing it for them is helping me do it for me.
And confidence is a big thing. You know, people can see when you're confident in yourself. And also people need other people to pour confidence into them. Who was your influence? Who poured confidence into you?
So I had several people, luckily, who poured into me throughout the years. Of course, I had a very strong foundation at home with my mother. Shout out to Terry Butler. My grandmother, who is deceased now, but still shout out to Constance Elizabeth Harris, because they were key figures in developing me into the woman I am today. But even moving up, Miss Brock in college, Miss Jennifer Hewlin, Miss Kristen Collins, Miss Marsha Wallace, Tina Scott, I could go on and on.
It's Women's History Month.
Yes.
Do it.
But literally a lot of positive Black women poured into me throughout the years, and are still doing it. I'm still grabbing bits and pieces from others. I know when I did International Women's Day with you all, and Miss Tracie got up and she took words from the audience, and it took her all of 10 seconds to create this long, beautiful poem. That was what sparked in me, like, you know what, I want to be able to do that too. So then I started writing again and got back into it. So the influence is broad. I think women in general are just awesome.
Well, you know, the thing about it is we have watched you blossom forever.
Yeah.
This young woman is not just beautiful on the outside, she's beautiful on the inside as well. And you know, the other thing about you is when you volunteered, you're like, what is it that I need to do? Do I need to come and stuff bags? Where do I need to go? How do I need to fit in? What do I need to do to blend in and blend out and just do me? Not only that, Yolanda, she is an amazing poet as well. When I tell you, I can't brag about her enough. And I've seen where she comes from. I don't, you know, I just, because I get excited about this kind of stuff, we got to cheer on those that this little girl, this woman, her and my mom, her mom and me, we used to walk to school together as little girls and just share our dreams and goals. And now to see the fruit of her labor, you're like, you're just beautiful. You really are, inside and out. So we know where you come from, girl. Good stuff.
Well, you know, as the Own Your Now show, on behalf of the Own Your Now show, we will be rooting you on. Please stay in contact with us to let us know how the pageant goes. Let us know when you win, girl.
Yes, we're gonna sow some seeds into you. We got to sow some seeds into you financially. Yes. Tell us your affirmation word of the day.
So my affirmation word of the day is extraordinary, because it's Women's History Month, and I think women are extraordinary just in general. And in addition to that, for me personally, extraordinary because I always strive to exceed expectations. Always put an extra on the ordinary.
That extra. You know what? We know about the extra. It's all good. And that's how you know that you're walking in your path, because you're going to do whatever you do and you put a little extra on it. Give me a little extra whipped cream, a little extra chocolate. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. It's been a pleasure.
Woo!
I love it that you have to have confidence in everything you do. You know, Tracie, we talk about that often with the I Define Me girls, to instill in them that everything, you already have it. You are enough. And whatever you want to do, whatever you want to strive to do, you can do it. And it's up to us as women to support each other right where we're at.
You know what? We're all behind her. I Define Me girls become I Define Me women who own our now, and that's what this is all about. I can't wait till she wins and we're like, yes. But you know what? We're all about winning. And when we're all about winning, we know we need to have an attorney who knows what to do. Tell us about who's next on our show.
We have April Porter. April began her career as a prosecuting attorney specializing in sexual assault, child abuse, and homicide cases. She became a municipal judge before leaving full-time practice of law to become a business owner. She opened her first kickboxing fitness franchise location in 2014 and grew to 4 locations in less than 3 years, earning recognition as one of St. Louis's top 50 fast-growing companies. Want to bring her on up? So there she is. Good morning, April.
Good morning, April. How are you?
I am excellent. How are you, ladies?
We're doing fine. We're doing great because you're here with us. There's a little bug, and I think it might be coming from your headphones. If you have headphones, I want you to connect with those, and then we're going to bring you back up just so we can see. Sometimes the headphones cause issues, and we want to make sure that she's loud and clear. So everybody just keep saying hello to April because she's coming in. She is, Ask April Porter. And we want to be able to ask her any question. So we want to make sure that she's clear. Let's bring her back up. Are you clear?
I hope so. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yes, we can. I thought so. Yolanda, we got to ask her the magical question that I just keep forgetting.
Well, April, tell us what's in your cup. What gets you going?
I have iced tea. Everybody's got tea today, and I don't drink coffee. I have iced tea every morning, so this is my cup of choice.
Well, we talk about your experience as an attorney. Everybody needs that attorney, that judge. Everybody's in their corner. But now you're a business strategist. Tell us what helped you to transition to saying, this is what I want to do right now as a business consulting firm.
Well, it was kind of I would say it's twofold. As a trial attorney, everything you do is strategic. You have to think about what witness are you going to call to get that piece of evidence in, and what order, and what is the jury going to think, and what is the defense attorney going to do to try to keep it out. And it's just strategy, strategy, strategy. So that's easily translates into being a business strategist, because once you know how to think strategically, you can apply it to any facet of life. Then the second thing is that franchisees, once I got into being a franchisee, I realized that people get into that field of business without really understanding the whole picture.
Absolutely.
And they think that the franchisor is going to give them absolutely every little piece of that they need to know in order to be successful. And that's not how it works. And so they need an advocate. They need someone who comes in and says, okay, the franchisor gave you this. Now let me teach you how to run a business so that you can level up and you can stop being an employee. Nobody buys a business to have a job.
Right.
But yet the but the franchisor really wants you to have a job because they know you're in there every day making sure it gets done. That makes them feel good. We want to level up to be a CEO where you don't have to be there every day, and it's still running and it's still growing. So that's what I help people do.
Now, when someone comes to you, do you help them find a business, or do they come to you with a business and then you help them from that point?
I actually help people who already have a business, but I also work with people so that if someone's out there saying, I think I want to be a business owner, then I have partners that I can put them with to figure out, one, is business ownership right for you? And two, what is the right path to take you to your dreams?
Yes.
Because,
So you just said the magic word, dreams. Everybody that's chiming in, I want you all to put in the chat, if you could own a franchise, what would it be? Because we had Tasha, and she owns a Chick-fil-A on, and she talked about, she didn't know after being on the Survivors that she would end up with a Chick-fil-A. And I just want to know if you all could own a franchise, because then you could hire April and she could show you how to have more franchises. What would your franchise be? Yolanda, what would your franchise be?
I would probably go into a fitness franchise. I love to work out. I know a little bit about it. And I love to see people transform physically into what a healthy person. And it's not necessarily muscles. It's not about being thin. I like a healthy you is the best you.
Okay, got it. Well, on the flip side to that, April, I would own a hot box. I would have cookies, and I would probably eat all the products, and I would not probably go work out or anything. I would just eat them. I wouldn't eat all of them, but I would definitely have a hot box. That's what I would be. But you are the secret sauce to many CEOs that need this. Tell them how they can reach you.
Well, they can find me at Ask April Porter on Facebook and Instagram. And they are welcome to join my Infinite Franchisee Community Facebook group. I live every week, once a week, and teach a business lesson for free.
Wow.
And then, of course, I have a contact page as well.
Ooh, Yolanda, that sounds like an exclusive. Did she say
Yeah.
our favorite word?
Yes. She has an exclusive. You can go and get something for free. You can get the business help with your business for free. That is awesome.
But you got to level up. You got to be ready to do the work. This is what Women's History is about. All of us connecting and saying, look, this is what I choose to do. Melissa Jones is on here and she's a banker. She always talks about we have to have, well, she's a vice president of bank. You got to have a banker. You got to have an attorney. You have to have insurance. You have to have the bail team. And what is the other one? You got to have all of those.
You need a banker, an attorney, an accountant.
Yep.
Yes. That's right. So April knows the tea, and that's why she's drinking the tea and she's bringing the tea. April, we thank you for saying yes. Tell us, what is your affirmation word?
Okay, so my word, I use this every day in my business. It's swag, and it stands for sanity, wealth, and gratitude.
I love it.
Sanity. You know, I love words. Wealth and gratitude.
And gratitude.
That is everything. Yes, it is. So now I've got to think about how I can turn what I'm doing into a friendship. I want to find a way to connect. You can ask April Porter what it looks like to be a business strategist and how to level up. And you know what? You can find her on Facebook. Are you on Instagram?
I am.
Okay. So Facebook, Instagram, but more importantly, connect with her because she's free and you can ask her any question. If you know someone that is looking to level up, she's the one for you. Thank you so much for saying yes to us.
Well, thank you so much for asking. I love it when people ask me questions.
Well, we'll have to get you back on and we're going to ask you some more questions.
All right. Okay. Take care.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Oftentimes our phones, and it gives us some feedback, but we still were able to hear everything that she said.
Absolutely.
Melissa confirmed that a banker, accountant, an insurance agent, and a lawyer. All those things are essential to your growth. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. You know, Tracie, I also want to say, today is Wednesday. It's the day that the Own Your Now show sponsors a food giveaway. We will be at 2842 Washington Avenue, that's Central Baptist Church, under the direction of Pastor Riley. And we start at noon, packing the bags to distribute at 2:00. So if you want to come just say hello to Lady Yo, and help us to get the bags together. The box is already created, but the bags, we put fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, like some kind of cream of wheat or cereal in there. We put those together as a unit, and then we hand them out at 2:00. And the National Guard always comes and helps us hand those out. But Tracie, you know what? Where are your little dolls at?
You know what? I can't talk about my little dolls just yet because I still got to talk about Jeri.
Okay.
Is there a favorite doll that you want us to bring up? Because I need you all to know about Jeri and all the things that she has done. She is a retired high school special education teacher, currently a cattle rancher, aside from working on cattle on horseback, which I love horses, and on foot. She is the first vice president of the California Cattlewomen, and she's an active member of the Mid-Valley Cowbellies, a local unit of CCW. Let me tell you about her. She's been married for 33 years to a rancher, a cowboy, a real cowboy. She has 2 sons and ranchers, and she is going to come and talk to us about all the things when you think about an African-American cowboy. Did y'all know? Didn't know, huh? She has the tea. Welcome, Jeri Roen. Good morning.
I have the coffee. I wouldn't survive without coffee.
She had a beautiful cup. That cup is absolutely gorgeous. Well, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I have known, and I can't quite call her Jeri yet. I have known Mrs. Roen majority of my life. Mrs. Roen, everyone always kind of gets a little giggle. What is Oakdale, California known for? What is our slogan?
The cowboy capital of the world.
Cowboy capital of the world. So when I talk to my friends and the owners, and especially that Tracie, and I say, you know, I'm a farmer's daughter. I know how to milk cows by hand and automation. They always get a little giggle out of me. But there is so much history in Black cowboys. Talk to us about the history of Black cowboys.
Well, I've been doing a lot of research because I found out that they actually were 25% of the men that were on the cattle drives.
Yes.
And many of them owned ranches in Texas, and I hadn't known about that. So I started researching.
Okay.
And when we talked about Oakdale being the cowboy capital, it's because we have so many rodeo performers.
Yes.
And one of the most famous rodeo performers was a man named Bill Pickett. And can you see this from here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And on my Facebook, I did a little clip about him because he actually watched a bulldog pull down a full-grown steer by biting it in the lip.
Oh, wow.
And so when he got to be a teenager, he decided he was going to try that. And sure enough, it worked. And then later on, when he was in Wild West shows, he started pulling them over by the horns, and that ended up to be the rodeo event that's now called shoot dogging. It was called bulldogging because of activists. They changed the name to shoot dogging. So anyway, he's a very, very famous man. And there's many other men. And I told you also on my Facebook about Bass Reeves.
Yes.
I don't know if you could see his picture. And really, the Lone Ranger that's on TV is really Bass Reeves.
Yes, it is.
It
is so important to know these things. You know, when they write the history books, they write what they want to write, but there's so much more to know. And I just thank you, Ms. Roen, for taking the time to get that information. Now, there is a Bill Pickett rodeo. I believe it's travels, and they have one in Houston, Texas. Am I correct?
Yes. And he's in the not Oakdale Hall of Fame, but in the Oklahoma Hall of Fame also, and there's a big statue of him. And there were also women, and see, the history books, I feel, have left out women. They've left out many of the famous Black people in history.
Yes.
And I just think all this needs to be brought about. I don't know if you've looked at my latest one, was about this woman. Stagecoach Mary. Have you
tell us.
Her?
Yes, tell them about Stagecoach Mary. I know the story, but you tell our audience about Stagecoach Mary.
She was fascinating. Mary. Well, she started out in Tennessee, and then later on she moved and worked with some nuns being a freight hauler for a convent.
Yes.
Then she moved to Montana, became a stagecoach driver. She could do a six-shooter and a pistol. I mean, she was an excellent marksman.
Yes.
Later on, she became the second mail carrier in the United States. And they did that on horseback, the Pony Express.
Yes.
Wow.
She was just a fascinating lady. She could outdrink men. She had many, actually, fights with men and won. But she would put them in their place. She wouldn't pick fights, but if anyone started harassing her, she was able to handle herself as a woman.
I love that you are able to share all of this history with us. It's so important that we do our research.
Yes.
And oftentimes it's hard to do it when you don't hear people talk about it. So thank you for this. And thank you for saying that. It's right on your Facebook page. So everybody can follow Jeri on your Facebook page as well, correct?
Yes.
And I think it's important, if you have a young person at home, virtual learning, and you want to do something with them, tune into Jeri, because she reads the information and she engages young people and adults. She has some great information out there. And I just want to say thank you so much for all that you do to bring history and her story to the world.
That's awesome. It's awesome. Mrs. Roen, I like to ask you, what is your affirmation word of the day?
I have so many because I live by affirmations, but could I have two? Dreams.
Yes, ma'am.
Dreams and perseverance.
Dreams
Those
and
two go
perseverance.
together.
Talk
And
to us
faith.
about, you gave us 3. That's fine. Give it to us. Dreams,
Mm-hmm.
perseverance.
And faith.
Yes,
Talk to us
ma'am.
about
Because
that.
I feel that God has a plan for us, and anything that comes into our mind, a dream, He's behind us. And you can make it happen. Don't limit yourself by, like the other girl was saying, to age, nationality, socioeconomics. Don't let anything limit you.
You're absolutely
you.
right, Miss Roen. And
We're only here once.
I will say this, I was at a school where I was often the only African American person, and the love that Miss Rowan showed to me, and the confidence she gave me, confidence that I could do anything in the school. I can be anyone I wanted to be, and you need people like that in your life, especially when you see that you are maybe the only. But you think you're the only, but God gives you someone to help you along the way. So thank you again, Miss
You
Rowan.
are the most beautiful girl in the whole school,
Oh, thank
Yolanda.
you.
She was our homecoming queen, and it still makes me cry to tell the story. When you won, your mother had taken a break and came to watch you from her work.
Yes.
It still makes me cry when I tell this story. It was just beautiful. And you were a beautiful homecoming queen.
Thank you so much.
I did not know she was a teacher at your school.
Yes, ma'am.
I missed that part.
Well,
I knew that you guys were from the same town, and I know that she talks about milking cows and everything, but I didn't know that you still were connected to teachers. And oh my gosh, this is everything.
It is. And I was telling Miss Rowan, I have a friend that we went kindergarten through 12th grade together, and we still are friends.
So is it so interesting that here we are today and we're still connected?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Jeri. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I love watching the show. It's so uplifting for women. I think it's needed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Confidence is needed.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Oh my goodness. Yolanda, let me say something. It's so interesting that you have a teacher that you have known since all the way through school.
Yes.
And then Kristen is on here, and I went to school with her mom from elementary all the way through high school. Like, we literally have connected to people. But I think that's what we see here, is that connections are so important.
They are.
You know, we tell people all the time, drop your affirmation words below. But today was about connections. We saw April. We met her through Angel.
Yes.
And the connections that we meet and have, they can last a lifetime. Candice, all of these different connections are so amazing.
They absolutely, absolutely are. You know, Tracie, you said drop your affirmation. So last night, I was watching Queen Sugar. So if there are any owners who watched Queen Sugar last night,
don't tell.
Well, I won't tell exactly what happened, but Darla, I can't think of her government name, but she said illumination, and her quote was, "You illuminated my life when I forgot how to shine."
You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all, I am a true Queen Sugar fan, so I gotta catch up on that. But I love me some Darla, because the other thing about it, and I love characters who you can bring to reality. We kept talking about movies earlier. They show you what resiliency looks like. And that's one of the things that I truly feel like she shows us in that role in Queen Sugar. So your word is illumination?
Yes.
Illumination. Woo, girlfriend.
I sat up straight when I heard her say the line. I said, "Oh my goodness." I rewound the television. I said, "You illuminated my life when I forgot I could shine." That's something.
You know, yes, it is. It is. I'm going to stay with the word dream. And I know that it's confirmation for me, because I was thinking, you know, Jeri hit it. Mrs. Rowan hit it on the spot. We can make our dreams a reality if we believe. And that's something that I'm looking forward to seeing with Kristen and having the support system of content creators such as Candice, you know, people who want to have multiple franchises, how they can connect with April. we can make our dreams a reality when we believe. That's all that I know. But the other thing that she said is about the faith walk. I was telling my son today, I'm a faith, not just I'm no longer a faith walker. I'm a faith flyer.
Yes, ma'am.
Because God leads me everywhere that I need to go. So what I want us to understand that if you need to figure out where you need to go, you need to level up, because this is how we grow. And everybody today, it's about an extraordinary walk that shows you that you too are blessed. But in the midst of the negativity, you got to keep smiling.
Yes, you
and
do.
Sometimes we may need to reinvent ourselves so we can see how we reign. But when we do this, we see the determination that's within us. We have to make sure that we level up and see, yes, swag is about making sure that sanity is key, but wealthy is inside of me. And gratitude is the key for us to continue to know how we walk this path, how we can strive for excellence. But the other thing is we have to understand that we too can dream. We too can find the path that strives, that allows us to believe and know that freedom comes when we believe in ourselves. And when we have that perseverance, then we can illuminate all the things within us, and we will shine, because that's what this peace thing is all about. We need to shine. Lady Yo, I thank you for shining. I thank you for being the light. I thank you for allowing us to illuminate together, because this is what sisterhood is all about.
Yes, it is.
We've been having a few little technical difficulties, but we just keep it going because we don't give up on each other, and we never will. If you guys decide to go outside, and you probably will, because it might be raining a little bit, but there's someone that needs that box. So go grab those boxes at the food drive, and Lady Yo will be there. If you all decide to stay inside, please wear your mask if you go outside. But if you're going to stay inside, keep sipping and shelter in place. We will see you all same time and same space tomorrow on the Own Your Now show. Bye-bye, everybody.
Happy weekend Eve.